Riverlea. We do know that it has become like the absolute Wild West, literally and figuratively. It's just an absolute nightmare. I know my daughter-in-law's aunt and her family lives in Riverlea, and when I inquired about their safety, I was told that they are virtual prisoners in their homes after 5, 6 o'clock in the evenings. And it can't be a comfortable feeling at all knowing that that is your situation, your current situation in the area that you live in, and also throughout the night hearing gunshots and also, feeling the tremors of underground blasting as well. So my heart goes out to not only my daughter-in-law's family, her aunt and the family, but to everyone in that area. I have friends living in the area as well. And my producer, Nasreen Naidu, and her family live in the area as well. And she was saying to me that it's really a very harrowing experience that they go through. And it's not a recent event. This has been ongoing for a long, long time. And the authorities seem to have just turned a blind eye to the situation. So we continue with the story in Riverlea. And this time around, we're going to be talking to someone from the Riverlea Mining Forum. And let's hear what exactly is happening in the area, and are their homes and the entire area at risk of possibly, and I may sound very extreme here, but possibly caving in? Is it going to be a repetition of what has happened in Bree Street, downtown Johannesburg? Mark Kayter, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so your woes seem to be continuing. We have heard that the authorities, police minister visited the area on Monday after 5 bodies were found with gunshot wounds over the weekend. The Riverlea residents were promised tactical response, and specialized teams were supposed to be deployed to stop the Zamazamas from continuing with illegal mining in the area, and of course the ongoing violence as well. What is the current situation like? Are those tactical units in place? And do you guys actually feel safe now, safer than you did a couple of days ago?
Well, let's say the situation is calm, but it's still tense. People are in Riverlea are angry because it's a little bit too late for all of this activity. And we don't know how long it's going to last, because we know that the law enforcement have financial constraints. So I hope it's not just going to be a once-off thing. It should be an ongoing thing. And they should not only be patrolling outside. They should be going into that camp, because I can tell you there are mining operations taking place in that camp. And the saddest part is that the municipal water that is there for the use of the residents is now being used for mining operations.
So certainly a situation of too little, too late. Um, let's also understand, we'll come back to the violence and the unrest in Riverlea proper, but you are on the mining forum, and I do understand that for a long while, the mining forum, the Riverlea Mining Forum, has been engaging with the mining companies as well to try and get, resolution to this possibly a very dangerous area. What is the situation of the properties in Riverlea, people who are home owners, because of this ongoing illegal mining, where the illegal miners don't have proper plans in place? They just, I should imagine, uh, you know, uh, blow up, put dynamite, wherever they believe there's a vein of gold, perhaps, not even realizing that it might be under very many homes in Riverlea. What does the situation look like for the people, for the
You know,
residents, for the homeowners in Riverlea?
yeah, we are surrounded in Riverlea by gas pipes. petroleum pipes, and the water system. Now, the saddest part is that these illegal miners step into the water system. We have been reminded constantly that South Africa is a water scarce country. You know, that water gets stepped into, and it's wastage of billions of liters of water on a daily basis. Illegal mining is unregulated, so those guys don't comply with the necessary water license, environmental impact assessment, and that is just a time bomb waiting to explode. People are sleeping at night, or even during the day, people that work from home can hear these illegal miners busy under the foundation. Houses have already cracked. There is huge damages there, and the people that are paying bonds, the banks don't want to accept responsibility or fix that. It's entirely up to them to fix their properties on their own.
So what are the mining companies saying? What is it as the Riverlea Mining Forum, what is your mandate, and what do you believe the mining company should be doing? I spoke to a pastor from Riverlea yesterday and an activist. I had them jointly on the program. There were discussions, or there were suggestions perhaps, of the residents of the entire um, uh, occupants of Riverlea being relocated. But then the question is, will the people want to relocate? Where do they get relocated to? Who's going to carry the costs? How does it impact on their work, transport to and from work? What about those residents living in Riverlea, running cottage industries or running businesses from Riverlea? Does it mean they've got to start from scratch? So those are all of the dynamics that need to be addressed. And when they talk about perhaps being relocated, we know the situation we're sitting with here in the Greater Johannesburg. There just is not enough housing. That is why we have squatter camps all over, mushrooming all over Gauteng. So that doesn't seem to be the answer at all. Your thoughts, and in your discussions with the mining companies, are there workable solutions that have been suggested?
Look, the mining companies just came in, started digging up the whole area there. Initially, we thought it was going to be construction of a mall, and then only later on that we found out that it was a mining company operating there. But then they had already started operating without having the necessary consultations with the residents. And this is the situation that we are in now. Moving out of the area is not an option. I mean, people's properties are being devalued. Guys with bonds of 300,000-400,000 rand now have the properties are valued at maybe 50% or even less than that.
Oh,
So yeah, and it's not only Riverlea that's affected; it's the whole of the West Belt, from Boksburg right down to the Krugersdorp areas. I mean, the main reef road, every now and then you hear there's a sinkhole there. And I think there is one already there that they're busy constructing. So, yeah, moving out of the areas is not an option. And we've had meetings with the Department of Mineral Resources. Initially, we just sent emails and they send it from pillar to post, and then we don't hear anything from them. And then eventually in 2021, we were able to meet with the management of DMRE. And yeah, I don't think they have a solution to this problem.
do they not own the land surrounding Riverlea, the Riverlea township? Are they just owners of the mining company surrounding Riverlea? And should they not be held responsible, because it's their mining activities in the past that has created all the problems, because they've abandoned those mines. They probably didn't do the closure properly and correctly. That is why Zamazamas are able to access the area. So should you not be holding them responsible?
Look, these mining sites are historic. Okay, there were no plans prior to 1994. It's only when a lot of these companies sort of, they finished mining and the place was just abandoned. But I think with the new regulations coming in, all of these ownerless mines has become the responsibility of the DMRE. Now, the mining site at TCS Basin, that mining site should never have taken place. And my understanding is that when a company starts operating, they have to put aside a closure fund so that when the mining is finished, then they can start the rehabilitation. Now, we don't know what happened to that rehabilitation fund. And responsibility is now on the DMRE to find that fund that was given to them and start the rehabilitation process.
Okay, you mentioned just now that there's a site prepared just outside of Riverlea or part of Riverlea, which the residents assumed was going to be a mall site, but obviously it has turned out that some mining company is going to start doing some work there. Are you referring to that huge site that has been cleared up just on Main Reef Road? Is that the site you're referring to? And if it is a mining company, a legitimate mining company that's going to come in there and start operations, do you not think that that would be the answer to the problems in Riverlea? That would then get rid of the Zamazamas. But can I ask you to please hold? I thought we need to go for an ad break, and when we get back, you can respond to my question, please. Is that okay?
Sure. Thank you.
Online schooling? Why not? Kurtuba Online Academy is the leading global online Islamic school from grade R to matric, offering South African caps and international syllabus. And it doesn't stop there. We also offer online madrasa for every grade. For more information, visit www.kurtubaonline.co.za. Kurtuba Online Academy, the leading global online Islamic school.
One word that changes the life of a child. Orphan. One word to replace smiles with tears, confidence with anxiety, and a future with fear. Help Africa Muslims Agency to give these orphans a new word. Hope. AMA's Orphan Hope program provides security for needy children in rural Africa, in Afghanistan, and in the Syrian and Palestinian refugee camps of Lebanon. For 15,000 Rand per year, you can change their life, give them hope, with Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
SANZAF's Meals Distribution Project aims to create food security for those in need. By supporting our program, you can help us in our mission to provide access to nutritious meals on a daily basis and help us extend our reach. Join SANZAF in the fight against hunger by contributing to our food security initiatives. To learn more, visit sanzaf.org.za or call 011 834 6046. SANZAF, changing lives through development and relief.
At Sentio, our Invest for Good philosophy is based on a genuine desire to use our investment skills for the benefit of broader society by investing responsibly, giving charitably, and developing talent that will transform the investment industry. Visit www.sentio-capital.com for more information about our Sharia investment products and start saving with us today. Sentio Capital. Invest for good. Sentio Capital Management is an authorized financial services provider.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media, your humanitarian broadcaster.
Welcome back. It is exactly 8:51 a.m. We're talking with Mark Kayter. He is from the Riverlea Mining Forum. And I think by now everybody around the country is aware of what is playing out in Riverlea. The illegal mining activities by the Zamazamas is creating untold hardship, anxiety, and problems for the residents of Riverlea. Mark, back to you. And would you like to respond to the questions put to you just before the ad break?
Sure, ma'am. Look, we've got three sort of operations there in that site. We've got DRD Ergo. They're doing surface mining. Okay, so what they've done, they removed some tailings, also referred to as mine dumps. They refine the site, and then whatever gold is extracted, they take for themselves, and then the other residue is taken to the super dump, which is in Brakpan. Okay, now also on that site are illegal miners, and there seems to be no willingness from the mining company to get rid of those illegal miners. They've got a company that they say, a security company that's supposed to be patrolling that area, but everybody just walks in and out of it, of that site. You know, it doesn't comply with the necessary regulations. For instance, the site should be fenced off. It should have security on site, but none of that's taking place. We also believe that some of the illegal miners protect the property of the mining company. So they sort of work hand in hand there. So
Right.
my understanding is, and they denied this, the mining company, that if you protect our property, then you can mine on our site. So you see, they don't have to pay a security company to operate in that area. Then we also have the other one that is a failed operation from the very beginning, the Central Rand Gold operation. They started mining, and not even 18 months later, the whole operation stopped. And that is where we are with that one. So there the responsibility now lies with the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy to make the funds available so that the place can be properly rehabilitated. And that is where we are now.
Okay,
Eight years down the line.
Right. Okay. I don't want to sound negative with this following question, but it could possibly be the reality for you as the Mining Forum and all of the residents of Riverlea. You guys have been working hard to try and win back your areas, win back Riverlea and rid it of all of those Zamazamas, illegal miners, and criminality, because it seems that the Zamazamas have brought criminality to the area as well. Not totally. You do have your own little other side issues playing out in the township, but be that as it may, you haven't made much headway after all of the hard work and dedication you guys have put in over the past 8 years. How confident are you that you're going to get a positive outcome this time around? Are you hoping all of the media coverage and all of the noises being made by the residents will finally be heard by people in authority and now finally will try and resolve the situation once and for all? But if that doesn't happen, where to from here for the people of the township of Riverlea?
Ma'am, we have been complying. We have been doing everything by the book, following the law. But it would appear that government, the current government, only reacts when people go violent. And that would be our last resort. There have been a couple of protest actions, but these turn out violent, and then there's injuries, and we don't want to take responsibility for that. We will fight for the rights of the community. It's an environmental, social injustice that is committed to these residents. And hoping that we can get attorneys to come on board now that we've exposed all the problems that we've had. And we are hoping that some good Samaritans will come on board. I always say to the members of the Riverlea Mining Forum, you know, these mining companies have got deep pockets, so they can pay lawyers billions of rand It's us the residents. We are working class people. We don't have that type of money to appoint attorneys. And I always remind them that this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it's now gone from a marathon to an ultra marathon. But we're just hoping and praying that sanity will now prevail and that the necessary law and enforcements will be adhered to.
So, Mark, your last resort would be the legal route. And I have no doubt in my mind that there'll be lots and lots of legal eagles that will offer their services pro bono. So I don't think that you should worry that, you won't get people assisting you if you go the legal route. That, of course, is the last resort. Have you given yourselves and the mining companies and government as well, City of Johannesburg, because they supply services to your area. Have you given them a deadline at all so that you know when and how to go forward with your next step?
Local government is in such a mess. Every second, third week, there's a new mayor and there's new board in place. So you can't really depend on them because when new leaders come into place and you have to start the process all over again. So yeah, we just stick to our guns and we're gonna do everything legal as far as we possibly can. And hope by the grace of God, somebody will have common sense to come and speak to us.
Absolutely. We wish you well as well. We pray that things do settle down in that area, that the mining companies or the authorities get rid of the illegal mining, and that you guys can continue living in peace and harmony. But this is a story we'll keep alive for as long as we possibly can. Keep safe and God bless.
Thank you so much, man. The Riverlea Mining Forum is going nowhere. We are going to stay there until the bitter end. Thank you.
Good on you. Keep that flag flying as high as you possibly can. It is exactly 8:58 news and views on Salam Media. In a minute or two, we're going to be taking the news on the top of the hour with our correspondent, Zai Jadwit.